Dude, that's fucked.
Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick. There needs to be more Street Shark references. I say who? That's funny as hell.
Oh, hello there. It is every time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the long-awaited for. It's been a while.
The return of the king.
The return of the Uno, a.k.a. the underqualified and overcompensated podcast.
And I am
your host. I am your host, Cancer Legolas.
And I'm red as fuck, Gimli.
If Gimli grew up in Alabama,
if Gimli was tired of fucking left bullshit, he'd be wearing this wig.
Those damn elf elitists.
Those elves, I tell you, woo. Just because they live a long ass time.
If you had to explain,
they think they could just control the media.
If you had to explain the difference between Democrats and Republicans in fantasy form, Lord of the Rings, elf, and fucking dwarf.
It's dwarves versus elves.
That is like the best way to do it.
Then you have the fucking libertarian fucking hobbits. God damn it.
No. The hobbits are the far libertarians that went off on their own and just fucking built a compound. That's who the hobbits are. I would say the libertarians are just the humans.
No, they're not.
All of the most like the powerful wizards.
I saw the Rings of Power. They were
the
all
Illuminati.
super liberals.
Yeah, right.
They were from a pre-Elon Twitter. Let's just say that.
The sorcerers?
Yes.
They're all liberal. That's what I say. They're the deep state. Just like swooping in, helping get shit done, and then disappearing.
Yeah. And it turned out it was real life. Spoilers.
Turned out, yes. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be back. Thank you for tuning in. Real quick, as like everyone else does, and for some odd reason, my 5-year-old constantly reminds me, please like, share, and subscribe. She watches too much fucking YouTube.
Max did that shit too, and I had to like pull him off of YouTube. Which is odd because I obviously I don't make a living off this shit, but I'm on here pretty regularly. Yeah. But when your kid says it, you know it's too much.
At like 6 or 7? Yeah, like we got her like a little camera for her birthday, and she can take videos and stuff. It has a stand, and she's walking around the house with it and calls it her vlog. Like she's vlogging at 5 because she watches A for Adley all goddamn day.
I don't know what that is.
It's this Mormon Utah family that films their children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's honestly not bad. It's just like them doing adventures with the kids, and like it's not terrible. It's not like mind-numbing nonsense, but it is just like YouTube.
Real quick, so anyone watching, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Grindr, you got to pick a hat. It's a tale of two hats. Do we want the Trump 2024 hat on tonight?
I was going to see how long I could just not talk about it.
Or do we want to go, let's go, Brandon? Either way, I've been waiting for a month to wear this hat. We haven't put out a lot of content. I've been busy. I'm very close to not being in America shortly.
Yeah, we're finally deporting him.
You can't deport a Puerto Rican, motherfucker.
The person whose hat you're wearing says otherwise.
No, he threw my people bounty paper rolls. Cody's been moving to another state. You that's a lie, Ashley. If you say I have no words, Rico, that means you have words. You got to pick a hat.
She had no words, and then the 4 dots. This is at the end. Yes, our content has been slow. That Tyler's got some stuff going on. Like you said, I'm now in.
Tyler's always been part-time. Let's keep it real.
Yes, as much as they joke about kicking me off the show, Tyler has no vote here.
You got to put in 40 hours a week. You can't do it at 36.
No part-time.
You can't do it at 20.
Yeah, no part-time CEOs here. But I'm in the Fort Benning area. I'm, getting settled in my new unit, cavalry squadron that providing medical care and teaching CLS to young OSA trainee scouts. And you know what?
I'm jealous.
It feels good, man. I thoroughly enjoy the platoon I'm in is great. Platoon sergeant, I have a good feeling about him. Like I was a little weird about being around the trainees. Like in my head, I was like, oh, okay. Like I've heard horror stories of how basic is now, and that it's just this soft pansy. In this world, it really has not changed. It really has
Benning
not
is
changed.
A time capsule, even if its name has changed. Isn't Benning's name changing?
Oh yeah. Like Fort Moore or Mayo
more of this, boy.
Yeah, but like the second week that I was here, actually in my platoon, another unit. I'm in 215. Another unit was having their CLS test out, so they asked for some help. And my platoon sergeant used to work over there, so he went over there, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, I'll go with you, just kind of see how you guys do test out." And
Ashley,
Fort Moore. We showed up in the morning.
More.
And the drill sergeants, they're doing their thing. We show them a demo. We go up there, and the thing is, like, so here they're doing the full CLS class, right? They're only in week 2 of basic.
Okay, that tracks.
The worst time to teach, because if you remember, like for us as medics, it's different because like it used
not
to
for basic.
No, it was just like first aid in basic, and then when you go to your AIT or OSET phase, then you do full CLS, right?
No,
and so
they
for
did
us it was different because we did full medic.
They did full CLS when I was in basic.
I can't remember that far, but I don't think it was like week 2. Because week 2 is not a good time for these guys to do it because they're still trying to learn how to fucking march correctly. Like how not to walk in parade pretty. Like these guys, they're retaining nothing because they're in fucking shitstorm mode because it's their second week of basic. And the command, right, is expecting them to retain all this CLS knowledge that we just taught them the prior week. And all the medics, we know better. We're like, no. But we're running them through a little lane in the bay. And the first group that went, okay, not terrible. Like me and my sergeant, we kind of split. And, he's over there kind of doing this thing. I'm watching the airway portion on the guy. They did okay. The second group, kind of butt fucked it a little bit. And there was a drill sergeant in the room. And the first group, he was silent. Second group, he started speaking up a little bit and like getting on him. And that's what like confirmed for me. I was like, oh man, like this is like a soft pansy basic. And then he started cussing at him and yelling at him like, hey, fuck nut. The medic has been telling you that that's not where that goes. How about you fucking listen? And I'm like, okay, yeah, this feels good. And then the third one, this guy, he was a ex-police officer. And so he's doing great. His battle buddy, fucking stonewalled. Nothing. Didn't retain shit. Doesn't even know where he is.
Yeah, he's already sleep deprived. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, this dude's already on crutches. Like, he came up to us in crutches. He put him to the side and then did the lane.
Is my hair okay?
It's great. Honestly, I want you to gel it. But he runs through and he's butt fucking this. Like, he would have murdered this person if left alone. And the drill sergeant's just going in on him. Me, my sergeant, we're just going in on him. And I was like, this feels good. And it's not that don't get it wrong, because I was telling this story to a couple of other dudes, and they're like, "Oh, you're that guy that just likes to drop and smoke soldiers." No, you can ask any of my soldiers. I don't do that. I don't. It didn't feel right and great because I was just, shitting on someone that had no idea what the fuck they were doing, or was just a brand new private that can't do anything. That wasn't it. It was just seeing this, like, it's like if you were an artist or a sculptor and you just
real quick for those just joining us, let me know. Should I go with this hat? Let's go, Brandon, or should I stick with this Trolls Trump 2024? Let me know in the chat.
I'm all for the troll hat.
That's all mine.
It's only because of the hair. If that wasn't there, get the fuck out of here. But
I've been waiting for a long time. We've just been so busy.
We have. Like, it felt so good because it's like being a sculptor and seeing a fresh thing of clay. Like, you just, like, it felt really good just to, even this soldier that was just butt fucking it, just destroying the whole entire patient assessment of March. Like, just seeing him just, and we're jumping on, we're, giving him shit. And he just wasn't getting, but it felt good because I'm like, we're influencing, like, he's going to learn something from this. Like, the fact that he just destroyed this fucking casualty. When he later on goes to his next CLS class, he's going to be like, 3 grown men were yelling at me about how I murdered a person in fantasy casualty war. I'm going to remember these now.
And then they get to me, and I do a CLS class like on or around Veterans Day, and I give the speech. Remember,
hey, Britt Jacobs, you glorious man, you.
They get to me, and I give the speech of, look at what we just celebrated. Look at what we just honored. You could be the reason why someone gets to go home. So take this seriously.
I thought you were going to say you could be the reason that someone gets honored on Veterans Day.
No. What are we talking about?
That would be great. If, like, Memorial Day, you're teaching the class and you're like, hey, know what this day is for. Know what's honored on this day. And if you don't pay attention, you could be the reason that someone's being honored on Memorial Day.
That's if I'm having a bad morning and I haven't had my coffee. No, I'm trying to build them up. I'm trying to say, hey, look, you could be the reason by doing this tourniquet, by doing this NCD in the right spot, you can get someone home. And then they all get full hua. Full hua.
I don't give speeches like that. I just, make some jokes, make it fun.
I feel like Jacobs is going to smoke me somehow, and I'm scared.
No, I think he's talking about when he smoked the shit out of the both of us.
I don't remember that.
I slightly remember getting smoked a little bit at Dugway, and I can't remember if it was him or Caruso.
He's saying no.
Oh, well, I don't know what he's talking about because he's been out of the Army for a hot minute.
Exactly. He never did.
No, he was like he was a gentle leader. Like I learned.
One of the greatest NCOs I've ever had.
He wasn't even my NCO. He was around, but agreed.
I know. You had Caruso and he hated your guts.
I don't think he hated my guts.
No,
I was just annoying to him. That's different.
That's all it took.
He didn't hate me because whenever it was just me and him, like, we got along very well. Me and Caruso got along very well when it was just me and him.
We got a third party jumping in. He hated you. Thank you, Ashley Rhodes.
I think he just found me very annoying, which, honestly, I'll give it to him. I don't disagree with his feeling. Yeah, everyone loves you. I'm Ashley. I'm awesome. Yeah, everyone just tolerates me to be around you. I get it. I got it. Okay. Drink my beer.
Drink your beer. What is that? It looks like some AO.
It is
not some AOC.
Oh no, this would be a different podcast. Sipping on AOC. Although, not against it. AOC, have your people reached out to our people?
speak to Rico's troll hair OnlyFans.
I was gonna say my people is just my wife. You're gonna have to talk to my wife. But yeah, this is nice little crisp apple, Angry Orchard.
Appreciate you.
I try my best. You should see us now.
I know, we're like actual soldiers. I mean, kind of.
We're like leader adjacent.
I know. It's like,
I like make decisions and stuff. People rely on me.
I'm like a fucking platoon sergeant now. It's like gross.
Oh,
like interim until people get back from leave, but it's still gross.
I kind of got demoted.
Doesn't surprise me.
Like going from from the hospital to here, because like at the hospital I was in an E7 slot, like running entire clinics and $3 million shit, and then now I'm like just back into a platoon on the treatment NCO. I see.
Dude, I was in a 7 slot when I was at the brigade senior medic, and then I went back to fucking the battery.
I'm back on the line teaching basic, and I'm just a treatment NCO.
And for a while, it was just like some dude, and then all of a sudden, people realize, oh, this dude's got like time and service, and he actually like knows shit. Okay, when everybody else is leaving, you're in charge. Appreciate you, brother. Love you.
We love you. Yeah, I feel like I obviously haven't been demoted, but it feels like, because I've been used to the past 3 years making my own decisions, running my own shit, and now I have someone above me, and he's very experienced, 18 years, Ranger medic, all sorts of shit. But I'm just like, I'm still like trying to swap, because he's like, yeah, you're gonna be my number 2, you're gonna be my treatment NCO. I was like, cool. So like when I throw out ideas as if I'm in charge, he doesn't mind, because that's what I'm supposed to do. But it's still weird for me to have to ask permission to do stuff, because I've been on my own for 3 years doing my own shit. Like I want to like take a computer to S6. I'm like, oh shit, this isn't mine. I have to ask before I steal this thing. So since I've been busy, I have not been listening to the news.
You never listen to the news.
No, I always listen to the news. It's just as of recently. You want to know why? It was getting so crazy. I took a break and I got really deep into D&D actual play podcasts. And I have been fucking...
Which I don't hate. Where is it? It's somewhere over here. Oh, gosh.
There it is.
D&D podcast. Tattoo.
Which, by the way, my whole platoon... They're all nerds. Like there was only like 8 of us in Germany. All 6 of us were about to start a Pathfinder campaign together. Like we're all fucking nerds. I got into my NCO's car the first time, and someone started talking over the radio. I was like, "Oh, let me change this. You guys don't want to listen to the nerd shit." He's like, "It was just a D&D podcast," and I was like, "I personally like Dimension 20." And Dungeons for Daddies, I think those are.
Dungeons for Daddies.
Dungeons for Daddies is
Dungeons
awesome.
for Daddies,
dude. You'd love it. You need to.
I don't know.
Listen to Dungeons and Daddies.
Dungeons for Zaddies.
No, Dungeons and Daddies.
Oh,
yeah, not a BDSM podcast, as they say every time before the show.
Well, it definitely sounds like it.
That's why they say it. They're like, welcome to Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast, sometimes a D&D podcast.
What are we talking about this week besides Dungeons and Daddies?
Well, we wait for Britt to jump off, and then we can talk shit about him.
I would never.
Yeah.
Never.
The truth about Britt Jacobs is he actually is...
He's a fucking G.
The nicest dude.
He's so nice, but he's a fucking gangster, dude.
Straight back.
He's done some fucking like movie worthy shit. It's like, wow.
Actually.
And yep, there was a movie.
It's like you meet him and you're like, you're a missionary. And then you talk to him a little bit and you find out some stuff behind the door and you're like, oh, you're a ninja.
This guy, incredibly humble, just hats like I don't want to take my hair off. It's glued to my head right now. incredibly humble, just solid dude. Been through some fucking amazing things. Thank you.
Great gentleman. I drink to you, fine sir. But also, back to Dungeons and Daddies. You should listen to
Oh
it.
my
But that's what
gosh.
We're
We're 20 minutes in. We haven't touched any topics besides the Tale of Two Hats.
Segue into that nonsense because that's what I've been listening to. And honestly, I'm for it. They're hilarious. They make me laugh. I'm in a land of fantasy. I'm about to get into D&D again. I'm okay for it. But I have been peeking into the news a little bit.
Okay.
I haven't listened to the news every day for like the last month and a half.
Oh God, I wake up.
Good to know that
at like 4:00 in the morning. I have like 3 cups. Can you hear my dog barking?
I can also see his ass.
That's her. That's Rosie.
Rosie. Back it up, Rosie.
Jesus Christ, Rosie. Yeah, so we've got
your OnlyFans, Rosie. we've got. I usually on my way to work, I listen to the news, and just recently I've been listening to D&D podcast. But normally I listen to the news when I'm driving to work, Sunday morning, Saturday mornings while I'm making breakfast. I'll listen. You listen
to Joy Behar's vagina monologues.
Actually, super profound.
My dog is just waving her ass. In
the she's trying to get fans.
Dude,
she's trying to get subscribers.
She just comes up here and she'll spend the entire night looking out the crack of the window that I have open and just. And I turned the corner because I had to move my whole setup upstairs. And they're lonely downstairs by themselves, and I brought them up, and it's just horrible. I should have left them downstairs.
It's just terrible. But with the news, it was good to know that when I did start listening to it again this week in preparation for this podcast, that the world is still, in fact, on fire. So
yes,
nothing's changed.
Nope. Yep.
And honestly, I don't think I've missed anything. They're still talking about the same shit that they were talking about a month ago.
I mean,
there's some new shit.
Yes and no. Yes
there's
and no.
New shit.
Yes and no. If you listen to traditional liberal leaning media, Trump.
Well, actually, that's also what Fox News sounds like right now too.
No, they immediately they pushed away.
They did. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like they're also talking about Trump, especially with this midterm, because of all the people that have lost. So like they're talking about it too.
They pulled hard. Like DeSantis gained some ground.
Oh yeah, they're all on the DeSantis boat right now.
They are. And that's where we're at in terms of the news.
So fucking red. What?
I don't know, dude. You doing that cocaine?
Well, not through my nose. Straight ass lines. I only do cocaine in the ass. Like a gentleman.
Butt chugging.
I
only do cocaine in my ass.
Yeah, cocaine. I actually don't have to funnel it. Ass Kegels. That's all I can say.
They call me the cocaine Roomba.
I just scoot across the floor.
This Roomba is on a cliff.
It gets real weird when they're like, "Hey, let's do this off the hooker's ass," and I'm like, "This is gonna look weird."
All right, what do we got? We got the biggest trade in WNBA history. Just nothing. This is the most news the WNBA has ever had, or
ever,
and ever, like ever and ever,
and ever will be,
or the Twitter files. The Twitter files is kind of dry. It is kind of dry. Guess what?
Go with the Twitter files first.
Okay.
Or do we want to lose the audience after? When do we want to lose our audience?
Just look at my stupid hair and stay with me.
Trust me, it'll get entertaining again. Maybe. Just stay with us.
All right, Twitter files, 30 seconds. Here I go. Time, meow. Guess what? They were suppressing conservatives and Republicans, and it's bad. And the FBI person who was suppressing people then went to go work for Twitter and was still suppressing people. And then Elon had to fire people. And Twitter is boring now because all the weak motherfuckers left to Mastodon. They just don't have any fight in them. They want to be in an echo chamber.
That's what they want to be. Called Mastodon?
Yes, Mastodon is for all the liberals, and they just want to be in this echo chamber. Like,
well, like dude, anyone, really.
No, hell no. This is why I still follow your favorite comedian, your life coach, your fucking Mariska Hargitay, fucking Christopher Titus.
No,
I thought he blocked me, actually. I thought he finally blocked me.
That would be the recognition we needed.
I thought he finally blocked me because he said some shit about when Trump's account got fucking unbanned. And
said something about like he's leaving or something.
Yeah, and then he was like, "That's it, I'm out." And I said something to the effect of, "You want to talk shit all the time about this one person, and now that they can actually have a voice, you want to leave." And then his account went silent, and I was like, "Oh my god, I did it! I've said so much. This is what got me."
Enrico only talks shit to him as the Uno podcast. He doesn't do it on his own. Only as the Uno, because if we're gonna get recognition for shit talking people, it's going to be as a podcast.
I do some Twitter shit talking, my guys and my gals and my theys and my thems.
And the
However,
shut the fuck up, dog.
Is use guys gender inclusive?
And I went to check, and it doesn't appear I've been blocked, but I haven't seen any of his shit. So he either went full Mastodon, or it's hard to tell if you've been blocked. Either way, I got a good jab in. Just a solid jab.
Blocked, I don't even think you can look at their page.
I don't know, dude.
You shouldn't be able to see anything from them. Like you should, like usually when you're blocked, like on Facebook,
I can find his
you
page.
Can't even search the person.
Yeah, well, I don't know, dude. Either way.
I don't know how Twitter works, but
either way, I feel like I won.
I feel like you did. See, you're different though. You don't want to be in an echo chamber. I don't mean you. I mean the people.
No, you could say that to me. I don't want to be in an echo chamber. I want to hear the different things.
I don't mean you that you want to be in an echo chamber is what I mean with my previous statement. Like, of course they're leaving the Mastodon to be in their echo chamber because they just want confirmation bias. Conservatives do the same shit. That's why we have Fox News and CNN. That
CNN is not conservative.
No, I'm saying they're echo chambers of their own groups, right?
Okay,
CNN
as long as you love CNN
liberals.
and MSNBC and the rest of the fucking bullshit. Okay,
yeah.
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, there's echo chambers for a reason because it's confirmation bias, and that's how you build debate. And generally, the people that get all fucking hard right, pissed the fuck off,
worked up. My hair's getting fucked up.
Never anyone that says something super fucking far right or far left listens to the other side. Like they're never going to be able to tell you something on another news source when they go far left or right because they don't listen. They listen to their confirmation bias or podcasts that are, on their side or read certain books or whatever it may be.
And that's the problem.
And that's why no one ever changes.
But that's also the problem with the Twitter files. The Twitter files are showing that they were censoring and completely shadow banning people that had voices, prominent voices.
Well, yeah.
Whether it would have been for conservative things or COVID situations, all these doctors that got banned.
I wouldn't even say like prominent voices. That's the thing. Like they were just no.
I've seen the thing. There were prominent voices silenced.
I meant not just prominent, because there's some people that like I follow on TikTok or Facebook that are right-leaning people. Like they're not really like political; they're more comedic.
Yeah, but still
influencers. But
even we try to
have like a political point, and they were shadow banned on Twitter, and they only have like 100,000 followers on TikTok or whatever. and they were shadow banned. So like Twitter just went a full scorched earth, like especially with COVID. Twitter and Facebook were just like, oh, you just said COVID in a sentence. Like if I just tweeted COVID is a disease or a virus, they would have nixed that because it had COVID in it. They don't even read it. They're just like both.
Even the show, the Underqualified and Overcompensated podcast.
Yeah, I
tried to make one headline about Pedometer Pete, I'll say, because I like making episodes, even though we don't get to as much. And
we got snagged for COVID too, a few times.
Yeah, we got snagged for COVID, and we've never said anything fucking incendiary. But the biggest immediate snag was about the Pedo Pete stuff.
Yeah, you made one headline and it shut down.
One headline. And this was from the laptop that doesn't exist, right?
No,
everybody says the laptop exists now. Everybody knows the laptop exists now.
Yeah, the dude that found it is coming out with a book.
He should come out with a book. Look, that dude needs to like do something with his fucking like beret though, or where the fuck it is.
Beret? He wears a beret?
He wears this like
his voice when I was listening to Fox News the other day, so I didn't see a beret.
You gotta see this guy. He's got one eye going this way and one eye going that way. And he's got this fucking like Scottish type fucking beret. Oh, wait, that's a good look right there. Wait, nope, I can't make it happen. Maybe I should have gelled it like
fucking
you said.
Jimmy Neutron Trump. Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. Oh shit, that's something about Mary.
Yeah,
if you're not watching the video right now, I'm fixing my permanent hair on my Trump 2024 fucking wig.
We're gonna get it plugged now. That shouldn't be really a surprise. And
dude, it's crazy though. That's mass censorship.
Oh yeah, no, it's insane. It shouldn't happen, but it's been happening on Facebook for forever.
Oh, and yeah. Guaranteed.
Now,
I think Facebook
the last
was the
election, 2016. The 2016 election, like Facebook went heavy with that shit. And then the 2020 election,
they sent us messages saying that we could not post any election related fucking things.
Yep. What was it, like 3 days before the election or something like that?
Oh yeah. And look, we're not on the level of fucking Ben Shapiro. We're not on the level of fucking Steven Crowder. We're not on the level of any of these motherfuckers.
Steven Crowder's cousins, uncles, librarians, nephew.
But we still got messages saying that we couldn't talk about the things that we talk about, which you should be able to do in a free speech situation.
Yeah, you know, a company or an organization is getting real heavy with their free speech when they start censorship on us. That means that they're not looking at particular people or follower numbers or anything. They're just scanning hot topic words. That's all they're doing. It also
makes me wonder how many followers would we have if we didn't fucking get censored. Hold on, I got to take care of this dog situation.
Once or twice.
I think we have.
I would not be surprised, especially after we had like 5 times August or Spike on.
Oh God, I want him on the show so bad again.
Spike or 5 times?
Definitely 5 times. Spike,
because I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Something Greek.
It's something not easy for me to say or remember.
He is just look. My views. Look, I'm wearing a fucking Trump 2024 visor wig right now.
You could be wearing it ironically, or
I have my leanings right now, given where we're at. But the 5 times August guy,
Pelosi 2024.
He's got some spice.
He's spicy.
He was. I saw him earlier today. He was calling out Elton John.
Elton John.
Yep. He was calling out Elton John on Twitter, and he's like, "Why weren't you using your voice to talk about COVID, vaccines, and lockdowns. And then he posted another tweet from his spouse talking about, I'm so glad that Elton got this fucking the vaccine, which I am vaccinated because I'd like to keep my job. And then the vaccination requirement is gone now. Cool.
Is it because I just gave like a whole mess of trainees last week?
No, it's
like a shit ton of COVID, and it's a mandatory one still.
No, it happened like 48 hours ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a scrub next week, so I have a rodeo, so that's good information.
Keep that 4.6% pay raise next month, and the COVID mandate is gone for the United States military. Gone.
Okay, so it's not mandatory anymore.
Nope.
That will be good to know. Does that mean that now we can stop wearing fucking masks in the clinic?
Oh, Fauci. No, hell no. No, of course not. Because the CDC said you don't have to wear masks anymore. And then DOD was like, oh, we're still going to wear masks. Come on, guys.
I had a drill like almost pop off on me the other day because he walked in and we're like, hey, do you have a mask? And he's like, no, there's no mask mandate. I was like, there is in medical facilities, like the sign that you walked through the door that said, wear a fucking mask. And he's like, no, that got taken away. I was like, no, the Army took it away for the post, but the DHA makes you still wear a mask. I know, because if you take a second to look around, Drill Sergeant, everyone in this fucking building is wearing a mask. Do you think I'm currently wearing a mask for funsies? Because I like not seeing out of my glasses?
You know I love you, but I wish he would have punched you in the face to make a statement.
Would have bent his ass backwards.
Because it's fucking stupid.
Oh, no. It's stupid. And I agree. I hate fucking wearing the mask, especially when I'm in the clinic, because when we're in the back office, none of us are wearing a fucking mask.
Of course
not. As soon as a dude comes in because he twisted his ankle, boom, mask on. And then we go to the shopette, no mask. Down at the troop, no mask. Why the fuck am I wearing it in the clinic? Like, it's dumb. Like, if I was seeing a patient with suspected COVID, you could at least make sense of that.
But you're vaccinated, so it should be fine, right?
Yep. We're not going to go into how vaccines work right now.
So let me ask you this, because I know it's all about give and take. How do you feel about the most recent give and take, the biggest trade in WNBA history? Why don't you go first? Because I have thoughts. The guy with the Trump 24 wig.
LeBron James transitioning and he's going to be playing in the WNBA fairly, where he gets 100 points a game. So
how do you feel?
You see, I myself have been in opportunities to
let me ask you this. Let me start here.
Changes.
So let's say you're stuck in the gulag, right?
Oh, I've been there before. I win most of mine.
You're in the fucking gulag.
Sometimes it's showers.
And the only way you get out of the gulag is if you trade for the Merchant of Death. Do you feel like you're worth the Merchant of Death?
I mean, me, like, currently, like, just average Joe Sergeant Rhodes, like, in the gulag. No. I feel like it could have been a twofer.
Well, we got to back it up. We got to say this is a great day for America, and we're happy she's home, because even conservative media has been saying that. So. Yeah,
I mean, of course, an American that has been. Although one thing I did hear when someone was talking about it, it was more of a liberal site that said it. They were like, wrongfully imprisoned WNBA star, and I was like, no. She was not wrongfully imprisoned.
She broke their rules.
Yes, she was wrongfully or injusticely sentenced.
Yeah, 10 years for
years of jail for hashish oil. Like, fucking cool it. But she was not wrongfully imprisoned. That's like going to Singapore with weed and then they murder you and being like, he was unjustly killed. No, Singapore will kill you for that.
Or let's go one step further. It's like going to Qatar and not being straight, and they throw you off the fucking top of a building. These are the rules of the nation that you're going to.
And if you're going to go there, especially when you work there and have worked there.
She definitely has worked there.
A long time.
Knows the rules.
She knows the rules.
She's
and
trying
there's
to get that money.
I forgot there was hashish oil in my bag. Yeah, actually, you know what? There is a way to forget that you packed that. You're high as fuck. That's the only way you forget that you packed drugs is when you're on drugs. So she was not wrongfully imprisoned, but the sentence
she was wrongfully
insane.
sentenced.
Wrongfully sentenced, and of course, it is a great day when an American
that's what you got to say
mistreated. In
all media has been said that.
And because I mean, it is. If it was just a random civilian,
but the trade though, it's like we're playing Pokemon, and I have a level 103 Pikachu, and you give me a level 15 Weedle.
Oh, I was going to say Raticate.
That's a good one.
Level 2 Rattata.
Yeah, it's very different. It doesn't matter what Pelosi says. Just because he had 9 years left on his sentence, that just means now he has 9 years to be the fucking merchant of death again.
So the merchant of death, we had him imprisoned here?
Yes.
Like sentenced. Like he wasn't just being held like some other terrorist.
He had a full fucking sentence.
A release date.
And he had 9 more years left on his sentence.
Oh, so he was tried here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like,
no, he wasn't in Guantanamo for suspicions. He had been tried. He had 9 years left on his sentence.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, just real quick, because we've been saying the name. Some people that are watching this now or later may not know. Merchant of Death.
Or
Hey Paso.
If you've seen the Nicolas Cage movie Lord of War, it was loosely based on him. This dude had a movie
the Merchant
made
of Death was a Russian.
Yeah, but Lord of War was loosely based on the Merchant of Death.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That was almost my screen grab. That was almost my clickbait for this video.
Was Nicolas Cage?
Was going to be the actual dude on Nicolas Cage's body.
That could have been good.
I know, but I went for the safe one. Save the line. It was a great day for America.
As fucked up as that concept is, that was actually a really good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was.
But Merchant of Death, like the world's largest arms dealer.
Biggest.
The enemies of the United States.
It's crazy. Like you see people like, oh, this guy just sells guns, right? And I'm looking on Facebook.
No.
And I see people like Randolph saying this wasn't a good trade. I see people like Key saying, no, this guy sold more than guns. He sold missiles.
Yeah, like this dude's selling entire fucking anti-air.
Like, this guy sold weapons to both sides of a fight.
Yeah,
just to keep it going.
People just selling guns. What do guns do? Shoot you in the face. You don't need a missile to kill a bunch of people. As we've seen countless time again, as any soldier that's ever been to war can tell you, if he just gives, let's say if we were still in Afghanistan and he gives Al-Qaeda a shit ton of actually good rifles, that increases their lethality. Like if he gives them mint in the box fucking just M16s, M16A1 over their janky ass, not well kept fucking old Kalashnikovs and shit. Like they're basically going out with Russian muskets at this time. These constricted dudes are going out with nothing burgers of weapons. And over in Ukraine, which Merchant of Death, he's based out of Russia. Like he wasn't giving the
Russian intelligence
guns.
officer, apparently.
Yeah, he wasn't giving the Ukrainians guns. Like
no, he will not be supplying. So it's going to be a
never-ending
situation, And now we are in America, which our borders are shockingly open. And I just see a situation where it's the original Modern Warfare 2. And somebody says, remember, no Russian in the elevator, and just goes to fucking town. Remember, no Russian. Look, I'm not the only one talking about this. You got people like Colayan Noir. You got people like the Hodge twins. They're saying
there's ex-secretaries of fucking security and intel for the White House and the Pentagon that are saying that this guy is single-handedly one of the most dangerous people on the fucking planet because of what he supplies. And it's not just, militiamen and guerrilla warfare groups in the fucking Congo. It's large armies the fucking like Iran. And arms dealers don't just give you. It's not like the movie with Nicolas Cage where he kicks open a crate of fucking guns, missiles, planes, tanks. These people have all of this shit.
This dude is
this dude can give you a tank.
This dude is a big fucking deal.
And we traded him.
I'm not in that situation, but I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd have been like, nah. I'm gonna stay here.
Well, let's say so that it's an unbalanced trade, right?
Oh, by far.
Yeah, it's like trading LeBron James for, me. MVP of.
It's like trading LeBron James for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even in basketball, for a volleyball tournament. Just trading LeBron James for you.
For anything. For making lemonade.
I'm sure the man makes bomb lemonade.
He probably does.
But obviously that doesn't equate, right?
It doesn't.
But
at all.
Was there like another option for that trade that could have been? Obviously, trading this dude to get released at all is not good.
They said the reports are it was take it or leave it. So we couldn't get the Marine Paul Whelan out. And his family was like shockingly like, oh, we're fine with this.
Well, yeah, but the Marine Paul Whelan, who is actually unjustly prisoned because he hasn't been charged with anything. He's being held on suspicious of espionage.
Yeah, they're saying corporate espionage. And
but he wasn't going there for work.
If you're trading for a Trump card, could we not get a 2-for-1? I mean,
that's what I was thinking. But basically, Russia
this guy's a fucking Trump card.
The deal, right? They said this is the deal.
I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Woo!
Fire callback.
Gotta play the time card.
This is my trap card, bitch. And
you gotta take the baby clock and the baby dragon and fuse those bitches and make a time dragon.
Damn. There's a damn good trap card right here.
Oh, y'all didn't think we had some Yu-Gi-Oh nerd shit. That's all I remember. That's all I remember because those were the only like.
Let's leave that immediately because I have nothing left.
Yeah,
Blue Eyes White Dragon was my
time dragon. Extent. It was my strongest card set.
Dude, that's a crazy deal.
Well, it basically is showing that they kowtowed down. So they said, or I'm sure I don't know who reached out to who, Russia or them, but
Saudi organized.
But they organized it for someone first. Obviously, we used a mediary, but Saudis didn't just go, "Hey," to random countries. Like someone asked Saudi to be the mediary. I don't know who started it, but
that has not been reported to my knowledge.
Yeah, they haven't said. But the U.S. was like, we want, all of our people, since we're giving you this giant fucking thing. And Russia was like, nope, take it or leave it. WNBA for largest terrorist on the planet. And basically our government said, okay, like what happened to we do not negotiate with terrorists?
Dude.
And Russia said, nah, bitch, this is the deal. And like a dumb fucking private, you signed that 36% interest Camaro. And said,
that charge is so sweet.
I guess like I shouldn't like go try to look for a personal loan somewhere. I'll get it through you guys.
Dude.
Like that's the biggest thing that I've been thinking, that I've been hearing on the news, is what that represented with the Biden, with President Biden and his cabinet and everyone else, the administration.
It's more weakness
now represents, right? Pulling from
we already had that
weakness.
That poor pullout from
negotiate.
Afghanistan. All right, I'm changing hats. All right.
It's being changed. There we go. See, that's a much more serious hat for a serious topic.
I know. We had such a shit pullout.
What he says real.
I went from a red hat to a black hat. I said, let's go, Brandon.
It's getting hard.
Oh, shit. I turned my gain all the way up. My bad. We went from... Fuck, dude. The poor pullout in Afghanistan.
Yeah, which gave us not a great stance in the world, right?
Yeah, a shit stance, dude.
But then we went through a period of time since then where it was kind of stagnant, right? Kind of.
No, it hasn't been.
Well,
what are you talking about stagnant?
No. They've done shit wrong. I mean, like major world shit, like pulling out from Afghanistan and this. The Ukraine money thing, like, yeah, that too.
We're not going to get into the Ukraine FTX money laundering situation yet,
right? Like,
but let's talk
neutral, and then this.
Here's the timeline, right? So Afghanistan happens, right?
Boom, June of last year,
and we give so many weapons and an entire country to the Taliban, right? Okay. Then we have Russia. Hey, let me dip my toe in Ukraine. Oh, shit. We might be losing, but no one's stopping us directly.
And you can't forget the preamble of that of, hey, Russia, don't do it. It's like when you're yelling at your cat when they're about to knock over a glass. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then Russia did it, and they're like, I told you not to do it, but I'm still not going to do anything.
I have 3 more, which is insane. 3 fucking more, which is insane. All right, so Afghanistan.
Our opinions do not represent the United States military or the Department of Defense.
No, let's go, Brandon. China.
I'm just saying what I'm saying. I work in TRADOC now, man.
China. Not only are we going to take fucking Taiwan, but we will weld our citizens into their homes under COVID restrictions and let them fucking burn. And I'm still not done. I got 2 more. Are we?
Oh, I was also about to add in Korea starting their test ups again.
Yeah, they're starting their test ups again. Guess what? They have been shooting. That's I'm on 4 right now.
Oh, was Korea in your
Korea is in my fucking shit show. Korea, hey, we're gonna start shooting missiles over South Korea and towards Japan.
Getting really
because
close
fuck
to important shit.
Because fuck you. We don't you don't have that strength anymore.
Yeah. Because for years, they've been shooting missiles into the ocean for a while now. And it's usually just because they make shitty missiles. But guess what? They're now starting to go where they're intending them to go. They're actually aiming, and it's going where it's supposed to now. So they're still aiming for the ocean, but they meant to that time.
I kind of have 2 more, which
you do.
Surprise. We have Iran.
Oh, did you in your mind add another one on the tail end?
I added one because I've never seen this in the history of me before. These many fucking threats. So we have Iran that's threatening Saudi, and yeah, they're not happy. And then let's circle back to Russia again. It happened within the last 24 hours. Ready?
Always coming in.
They are no longer going to support their policy of not using nukes first. They are a pro-nuke government now.
So I think a couple months ago, right, he made that threat. So they actually came out and said,
within the last 24 hours, we are no longer supporting our not use nuke first. Like, no, we're gonna drop that blue eyes white dragon right now.
They're like, I'm not gonna use it, but I fucking will. It's like
I will.
Yu-Gi-Oh! If he literally just flipped over the blue-eyed white dragon, put it on the table, not in the play line, but on the table, just so they know that he, at any time, he can flip them over.
Kenny, my boy, go Army. They beat the Navy.
Oh, did they?
Oh, they did.
Good.
Get it, boys.
Good. Surprisingly, I didn't fucking hear anything about it.
Kenny, you missed my hat. Now I'm on a 2-hat situation.
Those hats. That's Spanish for I have more than one hat.
It means I got so many hats. I don't even know what to do with them.
So that was an expensive shit show list.
It was.
Yeah. I have lived what some people could categorize as before, like my marriage stuff, kind of a dumpster fire of a life.
Sure.
And I don't even have that many fuck oh shit series of events.
Dude.
In my 20 years of life before I was married, and he's only had 2 years.
Is it even 2 years?
It is in January.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not even 2 years yet. Let's go, Brandon. This dude. And he's
wait.
Oh my gosh. He's yesterday just like, hey, I'm Joe Biden and I love ice cream and other stuff that I won't say because I don't want to get shadow banned again. And he's talking about being the leading country in climate change. We're not even the leading country in climate change. He was talking about climate change leadership.
Just because you're the loudest voice in what needs to be done for climate change doesn't mean that you're the leading country in climate change.
I hope Greta she fucking votes for him because he's going for Greta. Like Greta Thunberg, just fucking vote for me. Like, dude, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing?
It's like
he's gonna win again. Let's get it. Let's say it now. He's gonna win again.
No, he's not because
he will. I've already said it before.
He's not even gonna make it to the primaries.
He will. If fucking John Fetterman.
Actually, you know what? He will only if Trump makes it to the primaries. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of liberals and liberal sites that don't want him to run, Biden to run again because he's old and they see that. And they're like, okay, he's not the best person to run. But if Trump runs, they will 100% back Biden again.
It doesn't matter who runs for Republican fucking president. You have all these people going towards these empty campaign promises. Hey, have your debts been solved? No. Right after the midterms, a judge blocked that.
Yeah, I have some school debt. I didn't get that check.
You definitely didn't because a judge found that it was illegal.
Although I do believe that if, and it wouldn't happen, it's not going to happen for the next 25 years at least, if a moderate Republican candidate that had a solid voting history and background, right? If they ran, they could win the presidency and pull Democratic votes. That's not going to happen because they will never let that person win the primary.
I think Trump, this guy.
Oh shit!
This is Trump right here. How you doing, sir, Mr. President? I think he comes in under campaign promises of just everything
everything
Liberals want.
anti-Biden. That's what it's going to be.
No, he's gonna be about we're gonna protect abortion. We're gonna protect, even though this has never been a threat.
Trump?
Yes, he's gonna come in.
He's gonna pull some liberal
I
cards?
think he's gonna come in a very progressive way, conservative but progressive.
I don't feel like that's gonna work. I feel like people would see through it.
The Republicans need to see that.
Yeah.
Because why? Because the Republicans took a fucking hit during the midterms. It was supposed to be a red wave, and it was a red pre-cum.
Well, yes. Well, I don't even know if it was pre-cum. I think it was actually just a little bit of pee. It was like you had to pee before, but you're like, I'm gonna power through, right?
I'm gonna I'll just pee later.
It's fine. Like, I can just do it later.
Let me stop this foreplay.
Your body didn't do the physical switch.
Did you squirt or is that pee?
Yes.
Dude,
but I think I think he's so, I wouldn't say not toxic, but he's a firebomb. He's so just like acidic right now. Republicans are afraid to touch him because this last midterms, he was a death card. He was not good for the people that he endorsed. And
that's also
Republicans are pulling away from him. And I don't feel like he's going to win the primaries.
That's also
he's going to run, but
we're talking about Twitter files now again. That was also part of that. It was this shit and people thinking like, hey, we've talked about this, where someone said they felt they were safer because fucking Trump lost. I mean, it's about perception and the way the media construes it.
And that people forget that local
what do you have for
politics influence you more than federal politics?
What do you have for conservative media or people that are willing to look into that? You've got
Rumble.
Rumble's barely. Rumble kind of sucks, dude.
Yeah. The other thing.
The other thing. Yep. You got Parler.
That's what I meant.
You've got
Parler.
Social.
But Parler's going to die down now that everyone can, go into Twitter and also get blue check marked by paying for it.
You've got Fox News.
We should pay for our blue check mark, by the way.
I'm not paying for that shit. I'm about to cancel StreamYard. We don't do enough episodes for me to fucking keep paying for StreamYard.
You want to create a fake Biden account and pay for the blue check mark, and then just troll it?
We will get screwed for that.
I would say only if they catch us, but I just said that on the internet. So
yep.
Sorry, it wasn't me.
You have very limited coverage for as far as like big media. You've got
CNN,
Fox
MSNBC,
News,
NBC.
No, I'm talking about conservative.
I was just throwing out the liberal ones. There's like all of these, and then
you can do 7 liberal ones to like 2 conservative ones.
Yeah, Alex Jones, Fox News.
Alex Jones is not a media source. Alex Jones.
Tell that to the people that think he's a media source.
He's definitely not a media source.
I could say that about most news stations. Actually, you know what? Incorrect. Alex Jones is a media source. He's not a news source.
He's on the fringe.
He's a media source. He produces media.
You wouldn't consider
him
a
news source.
I don't think I'd consider him like this is like unbiased.
Factual?
Shit.
No, obviously not.
But none of them are unbiased shit right now.
No, Fox News and CNN, not unbiased.
No,
ever,
not at all.
And sometimes
CNN is trying. CNN is like firing everyone right now.
Yeah. Although I have, while watching Fox News, caught like a few of the anchors and the co-hosts, like generally the younger ones, they'll say something that's kind of middle of the road. And then I can just imagine in the back studio, the producer was like, "Nah, fuck that shit." And one of the other more right-leaning dudes on the couch would then immediately like jump in and just nix what that person said.
To a
And I'm like,
point.
oh, they got caught. They got caught being
No,
unbiased.
because they like on the 5, they have excuse me. On the 5,
Yeah, they only throw in that one liberal.
They have
with
Geraldo,
conservatives,
and then they have the fucking 2 other people. Either way, are you seeing right-leaning people on CNN or MSNBC or dude, the right-leaning
well,
chick
no,
on The
but
View.
Even on the 5 when they have that one liberal Democrat on the 5 with the other conservatives, they don't ever listen to that person.
No,
so it's not
I feel like they're pretty
it's
respectful unless they say something really fucking
Oh
stupid.
fuck no. Maybe sometimes depending on the topic, but there has definitely been some times where they have just like shat on Geraldo specifically, or they
like they're super respectful to Geraldo.
Oh no, or they invite this young Democratic female, and then they just yell over the top of her.
Dude, no, she's great. She fucking like she holds her own.
She tries,
and that's what's needed. It's the actual fight, the actual debate. What the fuck is her name? Oh my gosh, they're not on the Fox website. Damn. Never mind. I was looking her up. Look, she's got some fight in her. She does. I know
you got it when you're the only Democrat in a
huddle of the 5. So it's a 4-1. It's a 4-1. They have like a 4 versus Geraldo, 4 versus that chick, 4 versus the other dude, and I see them all the time, and I can't remember their fucking names.
Oh, I can't. The 3 people in the morning. I listen to them every day. I can't remember their fucking names.
Lies.
Well, I mean that, and then I switch over to The View.
And I just violently masturbate to Joy Behar.
No, that would be disrespectful.
She's a queen.
Yeah.
She's the Meghan Markle of our generation.
Actually put a cage on my penis and just violently hit myself.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Until I want to come, and then I don't, out of respect for feminism.
Edges all day to Joy Behar. Damn, that's a good edge.
Now, I'm actually in an online relationship. I'm not allowed to come until she says so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's her power, not yours.
Honestly, just the thought of Joy Behar makes it to where I don't think I'll ever come again.
Joy Behar.
Joy Bay soft. Over medium.
Can I get my eggs over easy?
Depends on the state. This, as always, people, as we come to a close, this world is, of course, a shit show.
Dude, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's fucking crazy.
And like, I'm an eternal optimist. Like, I try to look on the bright side, and I try to think that people will come to their senses at some fucking point in time. But honestly, year after year, just day after fucking day, and I see the divisiveness, and not even the divisiveness, right? Because you're not, when you watch the news and you see their interpretation of whatever source you're watching, that's not an accurate representation of this country. A majority of the people,
multiple sources. Watch multiple sources.
You should watch multiple sources.
Right and left and in the between, and then see which ones are following the same script lines.
Piece in your own shit. But the thing is, like, even then, they're just reflections of each other, right? Both far examples of the other. The truth of it is that a majority of the citizens in this country, I would say, a safe estimate, 80%, aren't that hard, right, left, that extreme of what the news represents.
You wouldn't know because everyone's voting fucking left.
And that's the thing. You wouldn't, but they're voting left, but that doesn't mean that they're hard left, right? Just because you vote conservative doesn't mean that I want to, suppress everyone.
I disagree right now. I think
just because you vote one way doesn't mean you're the worst side of it.
We're at a point where it's unfortunately choosing a fucking side.
No, it is.
More,
but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's your belief, and so we're getting pulled.
But if you're voting that way, you're proving that's your belief. That's your belief.
You're proving that you believe that that's your best option because the news.
But what if those options are being censored heavily?
That's what I'm saying. The news and social media, it divides us. It makes this image that we're in. They're always like, we're the most divisive we've ever been. And I don't think we actually are, because I think that most people, we actually share a majority of political, even religious, just social, political viewpoints.
People are being
an honest conversation with people, but they are being fear-mongered every day by the news into believing that the other side, that far side, is trying to take away every single thing that I hold dear. And so I have to vote against them. So you have a lot of people that are more than likely a majority, pretty in the middle, maybe lean a little bit more left, and they feel like I agree. They feel like they have to, and they don't have a choice but to vote Democrat. Or maybe they aren't really that hard Democrat, but they just really did not like Trump for whatever reason that is. So then in their local election, Trump endorses a candidate, and they're like, if this dude endorses this guy that I actually kind of like, there must be something about him, right? But I want to vote, so I guess I'll vote for the fucking Democrat. Yes.
Herschel Walker was the Republican Fetterman. Had he been a Democrat, he would have won. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Herschel Walker was the Republican fucking Fetterman. Had he been a Democrat, he would have won. That is all.
And honestly, if I was running for office and without my asking, President Donald Trump was like, yeah, I endorse this guy. He seems like a good guy. I'd be like, I do not stand with this man.
That's why you're left Luthor.
No, because he's a death mark on your political career right now.
He's a death mark because he's been censored so heavily.
Oh, I agree. But regardless
But that's not right, though.
Well, no, I didn't say it was right. I just said that he's...
Listen, I'm going fucking super Trump saying right now, bro.
He's over 9,000.
I'm over 9,000 votes.
That's not that many. You need more.
If you're the fucking Katie Hobbs opposed to fucking Carrie Lake, apparently 9 to 15,000 is all you need.
Or I guess also Herschel Walker and the other one. That
I mean, I didn't have high hopes for Herschel Walker.
No one.
Like I said, as a conservative leaning libertarian, Herschel Walker wasn't the right move.
I agree.
He was
a severe left-leaning pundit on
our
this show.
John Fetterman, and then you fuckers voted in John fucking Fetterman. This guy can't even formulate a goddamn sentence.
Don't keep grouping me in with these cucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the camera right now.
Oh, well, when you talk to the camera, I'm on the other side.
This is not about you. You voted in someone that can't even formulate a sentence. Like, dude, holy shit. I would not have someone that can't formulate a sentence drive me in a vehicle in the military. Yet, you chose this dude for the fucking Senate.
And we say that having removed
over a doctor
from a vehicle.
Over a doctor.
Over a doctor who's a doctor.
Dr. fucking Oz, dude.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Herschel Walker there for a second.
No.
Like,
I transitioned.
a doctor.
Herschel Walker's a lost cause, dude. That was our Fetterman.
Dr. Oz, though, I mean, yeah, he's a doctor, but I mean,
are you? Wow, Rhodes. I'm gonna change your name right now to Left Luther if you tell me Fetterman was better than fucking Dr. Oz.
No, I didn't track that election at all. I don't know if Fetterman was shit. I'm just saying, just because Dr. Oz is a doctor.
Do some homework. Do some fucking homework. Because guess what? This guy will be president one day. Because they will vote this fucking stroke victim into fucking the office.
Ugh.
And they will say, if you don't vote for him, you're an ableist. Dude, what the fuck? No. Would you hire somebody to run for you that can't run? Would you hire somebody to lift things that doesn't have arms? Would you hire somebody to read that doesn't have a fucking tongue? Would you hire somebody to scout
if they don't
things?
Have a tongue. If they
Would
have
you
no
hire
eyes?
somebody to scout things without eyes? You hired a fucking senator that
all those were great examples, except for the tongue one.
The tongue one worked too. You're just so Left Luther that you can't fucking.
You mean read aloud?
Yeah, read me a story.
They don't have a tongue.
Yes, that's what you proved my point. Thank you. Fucking Fetterman, dude.
I mean, I was just
this guy failed.
Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you should be leading people. But am I saying that he probably wouldn't have been a better choice? I don't know. I didn't listen a whole lot to Dr. Oz.
He failed the city he was mayor of. They had just like it was a ghost town. It was, as everyone likes to think these Twitter files are nothing burger. He failed a nothing burger of a fucking town and still got voted in.
Well, I mean, you could say that about 70% of the Senate in Congress.
Dude, no. This was egregious.
Was it?
This was fucking.
I'm going to take that away from you. I don't know enough, so I can't counter argue it at all.
This is why I need Tyler. Tyler, come back. Tyler, come back.
You just need your confirmation bias, huh?
I need somebody to fight me because Tyler. Guess what? Tyler wanted to talk shit about Trump tonight, and I was going to fight that.
He did.
I'm wearing a Trump wig, bro.
What would have been funny is if he pulled out his too and then still shat on him.
I know he was gonna shit on me. I was gonna this is my uninformed fucking thing. He's just gonna pull out this fucking.
Immediately as we would have started the show, Rico would have put on the hat, and this is what you would have seen if I was Tyler Firth. It would have been this.
I wanted to fight with Tyler tonight.
The classic Tyler walk out of the room.
Before we go, what were we going to fight about? Donald Trump. he needs people to vet his people. He had a dinner with Kanye.
Need people to call people.
Check people. And I think his name is David Fuentes, a fucking Holocaust denier. And that shit happened.
Historically.
Definitely happened. And that Milo fucking dude who was super right-leaning but turned out to allegedly, because I haven't researched it too much, let's say allegedly, some might have said that he was doing some pedophile shit. And yeah. So I guess Milo set that up because he hates Trump now for not backing him and while coming under fire for alleged pedophile shit.
Pick a better defender. Usually if you're being charged for a crime or something or being accused of something. He hasn't been charged.
He's just living his life.
No. I'm just saying if you're being accused of something, you generally don't go find the defense of someone who's also been accused of that thing.
I just want to say, fuck that dude.
Well, yeah, also.
Look, he's a good speaker. Like Hitler was a good
great.
speaker too. Now I'm going Kanye.
Hitler was a bomb speaker.
He was a good speaker.
Hitler's speeches were straight fire.
Shitty results. Horrible fucking results.
Will follow through.
It turns out some of the biggest assholes, some of the biggest shitbags, some of the biggest scum motherfuckers were great speakers.
So when younger generation, right? In speech and debate, when you have that one guy that just kicks ass in competition, watch that motherfucker. Ask questions. Watch him closely because he is one good position away from genocide. I'm just saying.
Fucked up shit, dude.
Just watch him.
Have a question.
I was decent at speech and debate, hence why everyone knew that I was never going to lead mass genocide. No, I didn't say that people didn't think I would do it. They didn't think I'd finish it.
You're pulling the old Avery Braun defense in the bunker.
Hey,
the old Ashley Rhodes defense.
Say what you say, but the woman had follow through, okay?
Dude, question.
Nothing like good old Nazi jokes.
Question everything. Question who the fuck is talking. They can be the greatest fucking talker.
Even if it's your side.
They can inspire you. They can get you to do fucking anything, but maybe question motives sometimes.
If anything, that's when you question it the most. When you hear something or when you watch something.
Enthused.
And it hits you and you're like, holy shit, this is speaking to like my most inner person. And
that's where we're at.
When you have that feeling, that's when you should question it the most, because that means that that person has found a way to reach you directly as a person. And if they've reached you, they've reached other people that feel that same way, which is why you should always try to figure it out. As Rico said, is it genuine or is it bullshit?
Question it. Don't blindly follow.
No.
We would love for you to watch this show. We would love for you to like, share, subscribe. But if you ever question our motives, we are here in the chat and fucking call us out. This is live once every 4 to 6 months.
Don't ever stop thinking. That is usually at the end we say, don't, compassion, empathy, whatever the fuck. My greatest advice to this right now is don't stop thinking, right? Don't just accept something at face value. Don't just believe anyone. Always be thinking. A couple days ago, I had a couple privates that were sitting at sick hall, and he said something that pretty much lined up to like, I just do as I'm told pretty much. And this is a fuzzy basic training, like 6 weeks in. And I turned to him as I'm taking his vitals and shit. I was like, I've been in for a hot minute. I've been in for 10 years. Let me give you the greatest advice I can give you. Don't ever stop thinking.
In everything.
Well, I told him, I was like, don't stop thinking. Because they were at a range. They were moving 50 cal barrels. And he just like picked up a shit ton of them trying to be strong boy and fucking dislocated his shoulder. Having already previously dislocated his shoulder. And I told him, he was not a big, he was not a big dude, but he's already done it before. So I told him, I was like, hey, one, this is your only body you have. Like in the Army, don't fucking abuse it. And then I told him, I was like, he's like, well, I was just told to move. And I was like, secondly, don't stop thinking. I was like, you're going to be urged and encouraged, especially in the military career, to just do it. Your NCO tells you, don't ask why, just do it, right? Don't ever stop thinking, because for one, if you just follow, that's how you get put in shit positions and situations. But secondly, at some point, you stay with something long enough, you're going to be that dude that's giving the orders. And if you stop thinking and stop being critical, when you're put in situations to be critical, you're not going to be able to do it. because no one's telling you what to do. Because you're the one making the fucking decision, but now you're shit leader because you can't make that decision. And it's the same thing for the average person. Don't just take someone's information at face value. Don't take their opinion and their endorsement at face value. Look into them. Just because that person happens to be running for your Democratic Party and the news source of your party says that they're a great option, look into their shit. If they're a prior congressman or senator, look at their voting record. Look at who endorses them.
I couldn't stop running this runner.
Thank you.
I'm with McDick Vane.
Look at their voting record. I don't know how many fucking old conservative family members I have that if I showed them the voting record of fucking Mitch McConnell and all of the old conservative senators and congressmen that they know, oh God, my family's head would explode. If I'm like, hey, you thought that he would be great for this position? Did you know that he hasn't voted for the last 5 years? That he hasn't been at a single vote? So ask questions. Always ask questions. Even if you don't ask them out verbally, if someone tells you something and they're just an asshole and you know that you can't ask them why, ask yourself why.
Question it.
Be like, why would they be wanting me to do this? What would be a better way to do this? Why are we doing this? Like, think about it. I don't make decisions in the Army, but whenever I see a new fucking Milper or AR come out, I think as to why that decision was made.
Is someone pandering to me because of who I am is a big thing.
Yes.
Big.
More for you than for me. Because they just assume, angry white disenfranchised guy.
Oh, yeah. TikTok says you're the worst. TikTok says you're a fucking terrorist. Because you're a white cis male. Yeah. Well, we could do a whole video on that. But
I am actually quite terrible.
No, you're not. Don't do
I'm
that.
actually a huge piece of shit.
Don't self-deprecate like that.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got to let my wife out of the cage here in a minute.
Oh, that's hot. God, I haven't jerked off yet.
Oh, you will later. If I don't know about it. But, you know, that was a big diatribe for me. Rico McTrump hair.
McDick
Dick Vane the third.
I forget what I put this post up for, the sticker. I'm with McDick Vane.
I assumed it was my head vein was popping out again.
I don't know, but now I'm
this one right here. Vane. I assumed it was my fucking head vein. But Rico, close us up.
I would say thank you for joining us in any capacity, whether you're watching live or following us after the fact. We're not going to cater to every fucking view or choice. We're giving an insight. We're pretty diverse here. And this is who we are, the underqualified and overcompensated podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Cody.
Love you guys. Same. Don't be a cunt. Have a good day. Have a good night.
And I'm with McDick Vane. Rico McDick Vane. Vote McDick Vane.
2030.